Hey y'all, it's Sherry. We are back with day number 6 of our Halloween Whodunnit. So, if you'll remember, this is our, Halloween Advent box from Forbidden Fiber Co. It is the Sherlock Holmes Whodunnit box. It consists of 13 days, basically 13 packets, and it consisted of a chart with all of the fabric and floss and needle minder and everything we needed to do it. In this box, we are playing detective. We are trying to solve the mystery of the secret in the stitches. Basically, someone has disappeared and we are trying to find out who, how, where, when, why, all of that. We are joined here today by the lovely Artemis. What is a proper sleuth without a bloodhound? Although I think my bloodhound may be the bargain basement variety. She sleeps all day. But I couldn't do it without her, and she's adorable. That's all that matters. So, if you'll remember, we have done 5 days and 5 colors thus far. And this is where we're at. We're making progress. We're rocking right along there. These are the absolutely gorgeous colors we have gotten thus far. I love them all. They're beautiful. I think of all that we've gotten thus far, though, I think I like this green the best. I like greens. This is our pattern. It is however improbable. And it says, when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Now, I bought this box with my own money. Nobody sponsors me. I'm a nobody. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. That's not why I'm here. But I got this box specifically because my husband is currently reading through the entire box set of Sherlock Holmes. My son had got it for him for Christmas. And he's loving them. He's loving them. Matter of fact, he has a friend at work that they talk Sherlock Holmes on their lunch hour. So I thought it has a project and everything, so it's something I could stitch for him, and I'm hoping, against hope, that I can get it done for him in time for Halloween. So that was my main reason for getting the box. But I figured since I was doing it, we could solve the mystery together. Why not? So to that end, we have our handy little notebook, because what's a detective without a notebook, so that you can write down important clues. We have our handy little map of Victorian London. Now, what I have been doing is I have marked all the places on the map. But what I'm doing is putting a little dot, and I'm putting the number of the clues that mention it. That way, if I want to look at some place and see what's relevant about that place, I can just look at the little dot and it has the number of the clue for me to look at. So we've got our map. That's important, I'm sure, somehow, some way. And then we have our first 5 clues. So, clue number 1. Start where it ended, by the water, beneath Tower Bridge. She met me there, pretending it was an apology. Said she wanted to talk things through, but I already knew the truth. The sketches, the stolen motifs, the theater deal. Her smile didn't reach her eyes, and when I walked away, I knew I'd never be safe again. So, there's clue number 1. And she mentioned specifically she met with a she. So, clue number 2. There were 4 of us once, Clarissa, Harris, Penrose, and me, watching the changing of the guard at the gates of Buckingham Palace. We laughed like nothing could touch us, but only I wasn't lying. One sold my work, one buried the report, one stood to profit from it all. I wonder which of them followed me home that night. So, there's a group of 4 friends. Now, Clarissa obviously is a girl. Harris and Penrose, we're not sure yet. But the name Harris comes up later. So, clue number 3. I reported the theft formally, carefully, with names and proof. The file was opened and closed in the same week. Inspector Harris, we mentioned a Harris in clue 2, said it lacked merit, that personal disputes weren't police matters, but someone removed the sketches from my original report. I know because I kept copies, and now one of them is missing. So, Inspector Harris may be one of the friends in their little friends group, and chances are, since it's an inspector, probably is the one who hid the file, or hid the information, buried it, as she said in the first clue. Or the second clue, sorry. Clue number 4. He told me once, in the cloisters of Westminster Abbey, that every designer has a Moriarty, a shadow behind the curtain. I thought he meant it metaphorically, until my fate at Scotland Yard disappeared. Or until my file at Scotland Yard disappeared. Sometimes this writing is kind of hard to read. Until my file at Scotland Yard disappeared. Inspector Harris called me emotional and said I was imagining things. You know, I'm not a feminist. I don't claim to be a feminist, but if there's one thing I cannot stand, it is for people who say, oh, you're a woman, you're just emotional. No, my thoughts and opinions are valid. They're not all based on emotion. Sorry. But anyway, tangent. Moving on. But how did he know about the West End deal before everyone else? Clarissa hadn't gone public yet, so who told him? So and Harris is a him. Well, I figured as much. Victorian England and inspector, it's a him. And then clue 5, the one we got yesterday. If you're reading this, then someone finally asked the right questions. I left a message with the boy near Baker Street Station. Told him to wait until someone came asking for me, not about me. The truth doesn't sit in archives. It walks the streets and hides in plain sight. So that's where we left off yesterday. Now, let's see about clue number 6. And we've got all of our clues in our little elementary My Dear Watson bag. I had kept them in the box, but Snickers now owns the box. So I had to rescue the clues and pull them out of the box. And here is clue number 6. So let's see what we've got. And there's another floss in there. Now some of these clues don't have flosses. Or at least they shouldn't, because there aren't 13 colors in this pattern. So, I don't know. Ooh, but I do like this floss. This color is beautiful. It's a nice green. Look at that shade. I like that. That's pretty. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely like that one. Okay. So our 6th clue. I sat on a bench in Queen Mary's Gardens in Regent's Park, sketching the pond. It was peaceful until I noticed a man watching me from under the trees. I recognized him from Penrose's theater, one of his backstage assistants. Okay, so Penrose is a guy. He followed me when I left, but I never told anyone until now. Okay, so Harris and Penrose are both obviously men, and then Clarissa, of course, is a woman, and then our poor victim is Eleanor Cartwright, so another woman. So we've got 2 men, 2 women. One of them, she said, buried the file. I would assume at this point, because we don't know any better, that that was probably Inspector Harris. Being an inspector, he had the biggest opportunity, we'll say. Penrose obviously owns the theater, and she had mentioned a theater deal that Harris knew before anyone had announced. And Clarissa was somehow involved with the theater as well, because she said Clarissa hadn't made the announcement. And now we have one of Penrose's assistants following her and spying on her. So that's sus and creepy. So that's where we are. Day 6. Clue 6. And gorgeous color 6. Now, what is this? This color is the Grimpen-Meyer. And it is some more of these bushes here. So that probably won't take long to stitch either. So, I'm gonna go stitch this color up, scribble down my notes in my little notebook, consult our bloodhound, very important step, and I'll be back. Okay, so I have finished stitching our 6th color, this beautiful dark green. And let's get the fuzz ball off. We don't need that, right? Here we go. Basically, it was just filling in the dark sections of the 2 bushes. So there is our project so far. And I have recorded our information in our handy little journal. So I'll see you tomorrow.